Hello and welcome to Granada Reports. First, the family and friends of a Merseyside teenager shot dead 6 months ago today have joined with the local community to encourage any witnesses to come forward. 19-year-old Ellis Cox was killed in Aintree as he rode his bike home in June. As his family faced the first Christmas without him, they want anyone with information to contact the police. Jennifer Buck reports.
It's 6 months since Ellis Cox left the house where he lived with his mum in Aintree. 6 months on, and mum Carolyn still has no answers about who shot the 19-year-old or why. Time has stood still for her and her family, and they're doing all they can to get the local community to talk.
Just trying to remind people that we're still waiting for answers about Ellis. We're doing all our appeals. We just want to keep it in people's minds and hope that somebody sees us and it triggers their memory on something. As much as they don't want to be on this loop line, I'll do anything to help get justice for Ellis.
Ellis had been out on a bike ride with friends. The last picture of him shows him picking up his bike before heading off on June the 23rd. It was late when he was heading back and was shot just before 11 o'clock. But police say he was not the intended target and was not involved in any criminality. Ellis Cox was shot here as he cut through the Liver industrial estate on his way home. He would have joined the loop line here on his bike and phoned his mum to say he was just 5 minutes away. Police believe his attacker used the loop line to get away from the scene, and that's why this area is so important to try and get information.
Hi, can I give you one of these?
Yeah, of course you can. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On a path with no lighting and no CCTV, family and friends are trying to jog people's memories 6 months on with posters and leaflets. Their hope is that dog walkers and delivery riders who could have been in the area at the time may hold the key to the investigation that has so far seen several arrests, but no one charged. Against a so-called wall of silence from the community, Merseyside police stress any information can be passed on anonymously. As Ellis's family face their first Christmas without him, they've written him a letter saying they're counting the days, hours and seconds since he was taken from them.
We miss you. Every ounce of you. Nothing will be the same again without you. Our lives are changed forever. I hope you and your nan are looking after each other. I know she has tight hold of you.
Jennifer Buck, ITV News in Liverpool.
And if you have any information about that case, there's more details about how you can pass it on right now on our website. That's itv.com/Granada. Next, and police say the cause of death of a baby found in a field in Salford is still unknown a month after she was discovered. The baby, who was given the name Ava, was found by a dog walker near Ashtonsfield in Little Hulton in November. In an update on the case, Greater Manchester Police said the cause of her death remained unascertained, but all possible lines of inquiry were being followed and officers were awaiting results from more tests. King Charles is expected to use his Christmas Day message to the nation to praise the way communities came together in the wake of the rioting that followed the stabbings of 3 young girls in Southport. The attack on a dance class in Southport led to disturbances in the town and also in Liverpool, Manchester and other parts of the country. The King visited Southport in August to express his support for local people and their efforts to rebuild their community. Drivers using the Mersey tunnels will see a 20p increase to their fares next year. A single trip through the tunnels will cost £2.30 from April. The Liverpool City Region Combined Authority said the money would go towards reducing congestion and improving air quality. Now next, we know that Wham's Last Christmas has landed the festive #1 slot, but one group of singers from the Northwest who had hopes of challenging him say it's the taking part that counts. The Pops Vox Choir is a series of community choirs with several branches across the Northwest. They've recorded a charity single which is also doing pretty well in other charts. Our correspondent Mel Barron went to find out more.
It's the latest Christmas single that's been vying for that coveted #1 spot. Believe It's Christmas was composed by Emma Knoll, the founder of Pop Box Choir. More than 250 singers from the community choirs all over the Northwest recorded the single at Stockport's Forum Theatre.
It was an incredible experience. The Pop Box Choir members were we were just pretending we were Girls Aloud, let's be honest. We had such a lovely time, and it was just wonderful to think we're going to release this charity single for such an important cause.
The proceeds are going to Brainwave, a charity that provides individualised therapy programmes for children with disabilities, children like Madeline. Madeline from Blackpool was born with a condition called Prader-Willi syndrome, which causes low muscle tone and developmental issues.
Brainwave has been an incredible form of support for the family. I think as a parent of a child with additional needs, it can feel very overwhelming, especially in the early days. Knowing that there's a charity that's supportive, that are there for you, that have that expertise, it's just such a comfort to have that, really.
Believe It's Christmas has already got to #1 in the iTunes charts, and last week they got to #5 in the official download charts. They may have been pipped to the post by Wham for this week's coveted #1 spot, but they're not disheartened.
It's just been wonderful, even if at this level this is where we get to. It's been an incredible, incredible experience.
I love that there's almost an underlying tone to the lyrics. When we talk about believe, perhaps to many of us it might mean believe in Santa, believe in Christmas, believe in joy and forgiveness and all the other things that Christmas brings. However, I think as a family who've been helped by Brainwave, it's believe in the abilities of your child, believe in yourself as a family to overcome what challenges you might encounter. And so I think it's going to remain a very special song for us around Christmas.
The way to create as much funds as we can for Brainwave is to download the track. So we're urging everybody to go to iTunes to download it. It's 99p. All proceeds go to Brainwave charity.
For 99 pence to have a great song on your phone, and as you can see hopefully from how Brainwave have helped us and many, many others, it's definitely a worthy cause for a great song.
Moving on to sport now, and Liverpool will spend Christmas on top of the Premier League table.
We want to improve, and in this moment everything is so hard of this moment. You can feel it in the stadium, even in the first play, and I understand that, but we have to face it. But we are ready to do it, and we already knew that the challenge is big.
Of course it means something, because you always prefer to be where we are at the moment than to be in another position in the league table. Leagues are special, that's why so many people want to see it, and that's why we play at Christmas time.
And Fleetwood Town have begun the search for their next head coach after Charlie Adam was sacked. The 39-year-old former Liverpool and Scotland midfielder was appointed last December. His departure comes after Saturday's 2-0 loss at Barrow, which leaves them 18th in the League Two table. In the Championship, Burnley say they're deeply concerned following reports of alleged racist abuse at a Watford player during the 2-1 nil at Turf Moor. The results kept them third in the table. Elsewhere in Football League this weekend, our only other winners came in League Two. Along with Barrow, Salford also won, beating Accrington 2-0 at the Wham Stadium. Boxing fans in Morecambe say Tyson Fury has done his hometown proud despite losing his heavyweight boxing rematch in Saudi Arabia. Fury said he's going to make some time off before deciding what to do next. After all, 3 judges scored the rematch in favour of his Ukrainian opponent. As well as a third meeting between the two men, another potential future fight could include an all-British bout with Anthony Joshua. Fans who gathered to watch at Johnny's Sports Bar in Morecambe felt their man had done enough to win.
I think that was a complete robbery, mate. 100% that was a robbery.
Why?
Well, I mean, from what I was seeing, I think from what everyone else was saying, Tyson won that fight.
I was a bit like that on the previous fight, and I thought Usyk got it, but not tonight. It was Fury all the way.
Do you think we'll see a third fight?
I think so. If the judges are going to score it like that, though, what would be the point? I'm not too sure.
Done Morecambe proud?
Yeah, I'm happy anyway.
Why?
Because Tyson's my neighbour.
It is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decisions. But I'll just always feel a little bit hard done by. Not a little bit, actually a lot. But I think when you don't get the knockout, this is what happens. You can't guarantee a win.
Now finally, most of you will obviously unwrap your presents on Christmas Day, but the Andean bears at Knowsley Safari just couldn't wait. They've already got stuck into their presents, and the fact that all the gifts were smeared in peanut butter may have been a factor. And if you need it for a Christmas quiz, Andean bears are also known as spectacle bears, the species that inspired the character Paddington. Right then, well, it doesn't look like we're going to have a white Christmas, but what kind of Christmas are we going to have? Here's Nick Muller with the forecast.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello. Milder air now starting to move in, putting paid to any remaining hopes that it could be a white Christmas. Our last white Christmas in the region, that was back in 2010. That's one flake of snow being observed falling in the 24-hour period. This might be more relevant, though, this fact, the UK's mildest day back in 1920, temperature up to 15.6. We're not going to get that high here. Then again, temperatures are going to be in double figures through the Christmas period. Yes, it is going to be mild, though, with plenty of cloud, damp and drizzly at times. Quite extensive hill fog, so some poor visibility over the higher routes. But other than that, as the winds are now easing and things are going to be settled close to this area of high pressure, looking reasonably kind now for what's left of the Christmas travel. Just loads of cloud coming in around this area of high pressure, along with the mild air. And some outbreaks of light rain and drizzle around through this evening and into tonight. Misty and murky, the hill fog into the Pennines as well. But temperatures rising as the night goes on, so we're into double figures to start the day. So feeling very different up and about in the morning. Now, while most of us will hold on to the cloud tomorrow and perhaps some drizzle, I think particularly again into the Pennines where there's the hill fog, just hints of something a bit brighter arriving across parts of Merseyside and into Cheshire during the afternoon. So you may see a few glimpses of the sun here and temperatures up to 13 degrees Celsius if you do. It's a very similar picture as we now go into Christmas Day. Still loads of cloud coming in, perhaps some drizzle at times, but otherwise it's a very quiet looking weather picture, as it is for the rest of the week. If you ordered some sunshine for Christmas, Santa's not delivering, but it will turn colder again towards the end of the year.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks very much indeed, Nick. Well, that is it from myself and the Granada Reports team for tonight. There's a news update with Rebecca at 11:15 tonight. Also, plenty more news on our website, itv.com/Granada. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.